Hey everybody, it's me again. Nightly video, it seems like. So tonight's reading was Volume 1 of Philip Drouet's The Six Voyages of Lone Sloan, and put up by Titan Comics. Like I said, Volume 1, I have Volume 2 that I previously talked about, and Volume 3 was supposed to be coming out this month, but I haven't seen any solicitations for it. The bookstore ordered this one in for me, and when I asked about getting Volume 3 in, they couldn't find a listing for it on their database, so I'm not sure what's happening there, and the Titan website isn't all that great. At least the one that I've looked at on my phone. I haven't really looked at it on my laptop. It's not the easiest to kind of maneuver when it comes to looking for new titles or what's coming out. I found, at least, I couldn't specifically find anything about this series, which is what I really wanted to know. So let's just state the obvious. Philip Drouet is fucking amazing. The format of these books, as I've said many times in the past, and I will continue to say, these album volumes or whatever they call them, these collections, I love the size. There it is compared to a regular comic. What do I want to say about this? I like this one more than I liked Volume 2. Mainly for the reason that it really hits on some things that I find really work for me. It's still one long story, but I like this kind of 6 psychedelic sci-fi tale format. I know that there's, in some reading that I was doing online, apparently there's a Lone Sloan story that takes place before this collection. I think that's probably a bit inconsequential, as this is a really good introduction to the character and hits on some things that I do like. First of all, being that you're thrown into a world that feels really fleshed out. This feels like a character. This feels like he belongs in the world. This feels like he has a history. And then one of my favorite things that, you know, just happened in the book last night too, West Coast Blues. Our main character is thrown into an environment that he didn't ask to be thrown into. In this case, it's a completely fucking mental, colorful, sci-fi outer space landscape. I mean, I don't know how much I want to get into some of the same things that you probably hear a lot when people talk about Drouet in glowing terms, but I mean, it's hard not to. His art is just so incredible. This first story, I really like this. So we kind of meet him. His ship is going to be destroyed. He's in the vacuum of space, and he gets rescued by a giant black throne. Throne and Sloan become one and travel through the cosmos for what might be 5 minutes, what might be millennium. Nobody really knows. Madness is setting in. We get a nice twist. Turn the page to see that panel. Turn it back. He's plopped down in front of these kind of beings. Our race is dying out. Gods have abandoned us, and without them we can't survive. However, one of them is still alive. He can come back and return our race to its lost greatness. But to do so, we need the power of a living body. So we sent out He Who Seeks, which is the throne. And they basically kidnapped him, so Lone Sloan goes a bit crazy. They isolate him. In his isolation, this great light and a god appears to him, and the god tells him the word that he will speak to destroy this evil black god, because if they get their black god, it's going to take over the universe. I mean, seriously, what more do I need to say? Get high and just fucking absorb this stuff. It's one of the times that I kind of wish that I still maybe did dabble. But I couldn't possibly. Anyway, yeah, so the first story, that's kind of, he does it and everything happens. He multiplies himself and he speaks the word and everything is back to normal. In between the little chapters, we get a nice kind of spacey landscape. We go on to a pirate type of story of these people seeking treasures, and they get devoured by their landscape as well. They become part of the landscape. We get a couple of more amazing GA full-page spreads. And then that's about one of the last times that there's, if you can call this kind of traditional panel page layouts, this is as close as it gets to it. Kind of through this story we start getting into stuff like this, which is just incredible. Hard to do it justice on a screen this size here, but you get the picture. This story boggled my mind as well. I really liked this one. This was a real highlight for me. Traveling through space, comes across this great wall where this god resides who is overcome with boredom, so he kidnaps people, takes their souls and pits them against his kind of warrior souls in these other dimensions. Lone Sloan talks to the voice of his ship, who's now embodied by a female. He addresses the dichotomy with himself of like a good and an evil side. This page itself, he's traveling through these dimensions, and it's just, this encapsulates the madness of these dimensions that he's traveling through, while the onlookers kind of laugh and regale in like his torment. So he managed to split himself up into two, and then just as an afterthought sends the evil one to destroy the god and his kingdom while he flies away on the back of a fucking dragon in outer space. And then that's the end of the story. Like, it makes me giddy with delight reading shit like this. It's so amazing. So, you know, I'm a huge fan. There was something I was going to point out here too. This really reminded me of Torquemada. It's Toru Dara Varencourt, the bridge over the streets. There was something about some of these pages and something about his characters too. There was one specific panel in particular that really reminded me of Nemesis. This right here. There's definitely some Nemesis the Warlock looking creatures in here. Another great page here though. But I mean, this world and this galaxy is just incredible. He finally is brought back to his own people and his own ship, and they go looking for Terra. And this is what they're present with, another page that really blew my mind. Here's a sight no human has ever seen. Ancient Terra, stolen by the gods and guarded by the 3 bronze warriors. It's incredible. I don't even know how you think of something like that. And one of the writers that I found online had said that he has a way of creating these pages that just give you a real depth as far as like spatial relations. So I mean, you can really feel the depth in this, or I can anyway, with the way that he's layered these kind of gigantic statues, and then the earth feels set back, and it really feels like it's encapsulated by something that's 3-dimensional, turning this 2-dimensional page into this real, I don't know, living and breathing world is an incredible feat. Yeah, a little more Nemesis feel there to me as well too. Anyway, 6 Voyages of Lone Sloan. Not enough can be said of the brilliance of Drie's art and how much it appeals to me. I'm really looking forward to the 3rd book. I just reread this now again just before shooting the video, so it was kind of 2 readings back to back. I think I'm going to pull out volume 2 and reread that one again. It's that kind of book. The stories themselves are more it's like Melvins, the band Melvins, their lyrics are there just to drive the music. The story's there just to drive the art, and it's beautiful. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you.